This is a painting which is actually called an interpolation. I have to explain that because that's a word that the artist Walter Meigs came up with. He lived between 1918 and 1988. This is a gift of his estate, courtesy of the Harmon-Meek Gallery. And it's called Sounds. And there's a small child and all these ribbons here, and almost feel like you're hearing something, hearing some kind of maybe musical track. This is about 25 by 31 inches, and it was created in 1961. Now, what makes this work so special is that his word called interpolation is actually a form of painting that he invented in the early 1960s called solvent transfer painting, whereby the artist, and it probably was discovered by accident because he smoked a pipe, and so he was probably using lighter fluid to fill his lighter, and probably the lighter fluid spilled onto some newspaper or a magazine, and when he picked up the magazine, the ink had transferred onto maybe a tablecloth underneath. And so he realized that he could actually take newsprint, which is all here, these are all newsstories, and even this, probably out of a magazine, and he could put this lighter fluid onto the paper and then rub it, and it would transfer onto the actual paper that the work is done on. And then he painted with inks and oils and other media on top of it to create an entire painting. Some of his interpolations are almost entirely void of any extra painting, but for the most part that was what he did. And if people know his work, they know he's a landscape painter and did paintings in Connecticut. He was head of the art school at the University of Connecticut during the 1950s, and then he went to Greece and where this was done, and then he ended up in Tenerife in the Canary Islands. So his landscape paintings are entirely a different subject than these interpolations. He only did probably 80 to 100 of these interpolations altogether, so they are quite rare. Again, this is called Sounds, created by Walter Meigs, who's a noted contemporary artist during the mid-century.